Screen bigger.
It's time for Dents and Dreams, a paintless dent repair podcast focusing on how you can use the fruits of this wonderful trade we call PDR to achieve your wildest dreams. I'm John Bideen, your friendly neighborhood dent reaper and host of Dents and Dreams. Now, let's get started.
Let's get started indeed. It's Friday. Let's go. Cheers.
Cheers, boys.
So I've got I have an empty glass. Cheers, though. I've got to show you guys. I've been drinking Guinness for years, and I've been doing it wrong this whole time. So I have always been the pour your beer this way kind of guy. Tip your glass and whatever. I didn't know it was out. So technically, you flip it over once. Pop your top and let the thing do its magic. When it's done doing the magic, you just, let's get on screen, flip it straight upside down. Keep the can just above that frothy head.
What kind of head?
Looks like a milkshake.
Yeah.
Then you'll get a perfect pour right to the top. Got to get every last drop out of there.
Bam.
And see the color separation and everything, and just nitrogen doing its trick.
Yeah. By the end of the podcast, You'll be ready to drink that beer. It'll be great.
Right? No, it's ready now. So I'm a little late, but cheers, fellas. Thanks for having me on the show.
That was good.
All right.
And that was probably the last bit of informative stuff I'll be sharing.
Well, you've got to drop a bit of Irish whiskey and Bailey's.
Oh, a little sidecar action.
Sidecar? Is that what you call it? A sidecar? I call it a Irish car bomb.
Oh, that's what it's called. You're right.
Yeah.
What's
Well,
a
Neil
sidecar,
would be able
though?
to tell us that.
Where's Shalott when you need him? I don't remember what a sidecar is. That's a drink, though.
Huh. Well,
I think it's when the whiskey's next to the beer, maybe.
yeah, I call that a bingo bango. If you have, you got to get a whiskey on the rocks and then a bottle of Coors Light. That's a bingo bango.
There you go.
Stole that from Bill Burr, but we take what we can. We take what we can.
Yep.
So, I'm sure everybody knows Dave Streen and Don Kavanaugh.
Everybody.
Gee.
I'm sure we've all heard of them. Tim Green in the house. What up?
Hey, Green.
What
That
up?
young man is going to be coming to get trained here, probably in the within the next year. I think he ran into a little snafu, but he's going to do it here within the year. And I just know with him getting in front of everything, on all these podcasts and learning from everybody, he's going to be great. He's going to be good at it. He's going to take it very seriously.
Love it. Love to hear it. Yeah. Who was your last guy? Zach Knoll? Is that?
Yep. Zach. Yep. Zach was the last guy. Yep. Last year.
Super
He's
cool, dude.
Killing it too. So.
Fucking Scotto.
Scotto!
Yeah. I still fix Dents, Scotto. Not as good as you, but I do it every once in a while.
It seems like this week though, you've had a lot of podcasts. You've been
yeah, it's been rapid fire. There's just been a lot going on. I hooked up with my good buddy Jack Bucknell from Sioux Falls Dent Repair, and we talked about his marketing platform. He's got some really good how-to videos going on his website. So we went over some of that stuff. And then Crystal's got the push metal workshop coming up. So we had to get the word out about that. And now you guys with the Dream too. We gotta get the word out. So it's the least
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're the first one we've been on here. Basically, I did a little commenting on the gingers and they mentioned it, but this is the first one we've been on, John. So thanks for having us.
Well, shucks. Yeah. And yeah, the Ginger Brothers Dent Show, those guys are a friggin' hoot. So check it out. Check it out whenever you can. For sure. Brandon Schmitz, Andy Patrick, love those guys.
Great guys.
Phenomenal. Yep.
I don't really know Andy. I've never met him in person. I've never met Brandon in person, but Brandon and I have talked hundreds of times, and just a great guy. And I'm not taking anything away from Andy here, of course, but I just don't know him. I haven't hung with him or talked to him too much, but he sure seems.
Oh no. Dan, you're right on track. Brandon is, I don't know, at least one step, maybe two above Andy Patrick.
I didn't even go there like that. That's not what I meant. Not what I meant.
I love them both, and
they're both amazing.
I held a little grudge against Andy Patrick though for a little while. I gotta admit. I'll just say right here on the air, we were at Scotto's place, and you were with me, Johnny, and we were trying to have the East Coast meetup.
Oh yeah.
And they were having their like Midwest meetup, and they were trying to out Trump us. I thought we had them the whole time. I mean, it was a battle. It was Randy Hobson and Andy on the deal, and it was like, hey, this is cool. So.
No, they had the South. They had the Nashville meetup, but it was South versus North, is what they were. That was a
weird one. Yeah,
it was a little different. But either way, I think everybody had fun, and
it was.
Anytime we can get together with their Dent brothers and sisters is super preferred. Hey, what do you got there? Hold on, let me.
Oh, shameless plug.
Let me see. Well, you call it a shameless plug, but
are those lightsabers?
No plug
needed. An online duel.
Yeah.
The LED lights are back in stock, everybody.
Oh, actually, I should do
back
it like this.
In stock and ready to rock. And I won mine. I won mine when you were on with Mike Toledo.
Very
so
cool.
I got lucky. I've been, you know how many times I have been to your website looking for this thing and it's not in stock, and then
so we came out with a product 2 years ago in Orlando at MTE, and we sold out before the show started, just from the people that went to our seminars and stuff, bought them all. And then there were a couple issues that weren't quite right in my mind. Everybody that has them loves them. And they've said stuff like, guys are telling me now, they're like, yeah, I've had it for 2 years and I've only charged it 3 times and I use it all the time and everything. It's got a ridiculous battery life in it and everything. But long story short is, to fix the few little glitches that I didn't like, we wound up, we'd fix this thing and then we'd have to fix the next thing down the line, So that's why it took 2 years before we have them again. But I am super proud to put my name on this one. So it looks the same from the outside, but it is completely different on the inside. Both still fabulous product and everything. But yeah, I'm excited about those. So you can just go to wedgelight.com and it'll bounce you right over to the right page on Edgy. Or you can go to Edgy and shop through all the tools and add this and a bunch of other stuff. So
hold on, let me get a pen. What did you say the name of that website was again?
Wedgelight.com.
Wedgelight. And then everything's available there, and you just sign in.
It'll bounce you right over to the Wedgelight on Edgy tools, so you can check out.
Wedgelight.com. Mo Castillo in the house.
Comes with a charger cord. It's got an auto shut off every 3 minutes. It'll shut itself off so that if you forget it, leave it on and walk away, or it gets bumped in your truck, you're not going to have a dead battery. It's just got a lot of features built in. The charging port lights up green. If that goes to red, you have 10% battery life left. Time to charge. While you're charging, the button will light up red. When it's fully charged, it'll go off. Pretty much self-explanatory. Comes with a charging cord with it, which is USB-C, I think. It's the most popular one out there still. So yeah, those are out there.
They've got so many other uses too. I gotta say real quick. I love it if you drop something underneath the seat or something, you can actually just lights up the whole surrounding area. You can just use the hook, that's hooked back to you to drag your stuff back. I use them in quarter panels and stuff too, and looking down inside of all sorts of different things, just not just for the door.
Yeah, we're R&I. It's a dream. I mean, you use it, when you can't see where the clip is or what you're fighting or whatever. David White showed me that when he first got it a couple years ago.
Let's talk about those Dodge
headliners and everything.
Those Dodge Ram headliners and you got to get that thing lined up just perfectly. Yeah, if you put that up in there, and
Use that as a tool.
So
that's what I like to do. And then I'll take a straight pick tool. You know how you buy your picks and you get the 90-degree one. That's basically the only one you're buying the whole freaking pack for. Then they got the weird hooky deal. And if you bend that just right, it'll go to a 90-degree. So then you kind of get two useful picks out of it. But then they have a straight one. Yeah. And it's just so I'll use that straight one to line up that visor and get the hole just right. I don't know.
And then the sheet metal screw behind that.
Yeah.
This big old sheet metal screw.
And I've seen Jeff showed me this Crumwoody. I always say his name wrong. But he showed me, he put some 3M magnet tape on it, and he likes that so he can just stick it to a panel or something if he needs some extra light, when he's doing something. I thought that was kind of unique and cool. And we were too far along in the design to incorporate magnets into the product, but that's a cheap, easy, fix. It's just some 3M magnet tape. Kind of a cool idea.
Fantastic.
But yeah, that's that. But let's talk about the exciting thing on the plate right now coming up.
The exciting thing on the plate. It's October. So everybody's
heard
October 1st.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Dream 2.
Dream 2. Dream a little dream.
Dent Repair Expo and more. So I'm sure most of you guys watching this attended Dream 1. Dream 2 is going to be even bigger and better. We've got some of the kinks worked out of it. Got amazing speakers coming back. We've built a library that as soon as you buy your Dream 2 ticket, you get access to this library that has every demo and every Dream speech from Dream 1 in there, as well as 5 videos of competition level training PDR. We held a in-person seminar that we charged $1,500 for a couple years ago with Jean Vidic, and we recorded all of that and we edited it down, and it's just an amazing tutorial. I've got a buddy of mine he's pushed for 30 years, and he told me he learned a ton of stuff in that. So changed his game. So that's free when you buy your Dream 2 ticket. It's in there. And we made the library super, super easy to where you just sign in. There's your videos, just like on YouTube or something, really clear thumbnails. You just click on the video you want to watch, go over and work on a fender or whatever while you're listening, and play the next one or whatever. It's super, super easy to navigate. I know that's what some of the guys had issue with the show platform was on their phone. It was tough to navigate and get to where you want. So we built that library for your phone. So you literally go there, press the one you want to play and play it and go. So really excited about that.
Hold on. So this is Dream 2.
Yep. Dream 2 gets you.
But with Dream 2, you get Dream 1?
Yes.
So it's Dream 1 and Dream 2?
Yep. Exactly.
How many dreams am I going to have?
So our plan is to do 2 a year.
Jackpot.
And so when you buy your Dream 3 ticket, you'll instantly get access to Dream 1 and 2 and all of the bonuses for those. And it's just going to continue like that.
Hey, speaking of dreams, let's bring in, there's something wrong with this 3-faced scenario here. I got another surprise guest for us.
Oh, there we go.
Our good buddy.
What a surprise.
Here's to you, Cliff.
How can you have a beer on Friday without Cliff? How you
exactly?
Southpaw. Thank you,
I don't know
Mo.
if you guys can see my phone, but here's the library. So there's the first 5 videos that are the competition. And then you go down here and you can see who's speaking and what. And you just tap on it and play that video.
Hey, Mo.
Jackpot. Oh, that is dope.
Yeah,
so
pretty
just
cool. Pretty
super
cool.
easy.
Great setup. Great setup.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And man, I know this is like asking you guys which one of your kids you love the best, but if you had to pick 2 or 3 from
It's me, John.
I knew there was a reason I invited you, Cliff. If you had to pick one or two of the dream talks from the first dream, what is there any that kind of stand out to you?
Well, my own.
Good answer.
No.
I'll take this one. I thought they were amazing. Every one of the guys brought something different to the table, and what might be pertinent to you might be, something that you loved and you gained something from it, but then the next guy was right exactly what you were looking for. And it was really fun to hear back. We had like 88 people. We made a little bit of a boo-boo. We'll admit we're learning, right? But we sent out the survey like 2 days after. So this time we'll wait the whole 30 days. A lot of guys said, oh, well, I wanted to listen to all 30. And if it was sent later, we would have, talked about that. But here's what I like so far, so it was really nice to hear from different guys and different things. I took away a lot from almost everyone. It's amazing how I've been doing it 32 years and I don't know anything. I'm learning things every day that I don't, just even if it's just a way to talk to a customer or make a close a little bit more straightforward, or getting more from that insurance adjuster for those oversized dents, and just learning how to do just better all around business. It just levels everything up. So
yeah, piggybacking off that, every topic and every speaker talked about something pertinent to different people. So there was stuff, if you're opening a retail shop, that speech is going to really resonate with you. If you're chasing hail, that speech is really going to resonate with you. But what we did was, in that survey, everybody got to choose their top 3 speeches, just like you just asked. That's what we were curious. And the people, Matt Moore scored really highly. Gene Fetty scored really highly. The guys that scored the best on the surveys, we invited back to be Dream 2 speakers. They will be talking on different topics, but that's how we kind of did that. And we've got a lot of new guys that are going to be speaking. Daniel Raum's one of the ones that ranked real high. He's coming back. So a lot of the top guys are coming back, and then we've added Mike Toledo and some other hot rod guys that I'm super excited about their topics and hearing what they have to bring. And we've learned a lot. I mean, the first one, we knew zero. We knew nothing about this when we threw our name in the ring and said, hey, we're going to have an expo.
Let's look at this.
Now we know something. Before we knew nothing. Now we know something. We're not experts, but we know a whole lot more. So
I'm sharing them on the screen here so we can see all the speakers for this year. Brandon Schmitz, Christina Seckinger, Daniel Grom, Birdman, Kevin Bird, Paul Corden, Dave Shalak, Christopher Ray. Who's this Don Kavanaugh guy I keep hearing so much about?
So these are all the Dream 1 speakers. And for those of you that don't know, my friend Scott Grimes was one of the speakers, and he passed away about a month ago. And so I rewatched his speech. Well, part of his speech, I couldn't even get through it. It's tough for me, but I'm treasure the fact that I have that.
He died the week of MTE, and that's why Dave didn't make it out there too. Yeah. And anybody that made there and saw an empty booth, that really hit you hard. And that Scott was a pretty good guy, man, no doubt.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's
have
one for Scott.
Here's to Scott. Whoop, whoop.
Oh man. Well, now I'm that guy. Sorry about that.
No, but seriously, the speakers are so great. And so everybody's going to ask, when's the show? The show is November 13th, but I'm going to ask everybody, don't get stuck on that. If you've got a wedding that day, that doesn't mean you don't buy a dream ticket, okay? There's lots of dates following up, and a lot of guys didn't know this and didn't take advantage of it, but we do a lot of other networking stuff and everything. Like the bar is open every Saturday for the following 30 days. So you get on
and
there.
And you go back and watch the videos over and over again. You don't have to watch them the day of. You can watch it for a duration of it.
Yeah.
And if you don't see something the first time you watch it, you might catch it the second time you watch it.
True.
Yeah. Exactly. So, and again, you're going to get access to that whole library immediately. So as soon as you buy your ticket, and I say immediately, but it's not, because we manually give you access to the library. But within a day or two, you're going to have access to the whole library that not only has all the speeches, all the live demos that Brandon and everybody did, Ron did, and everything. You're going to have all of those speeches and presentations and demos, hands-on demos, access to those in that real easy to use format, as well as that competition training, which the competition training is a little misleading. Like, people are like, well, I'm not going to compete, so I don't need to watch that. No, the preface is like, we use the example. If you were going to fight Mike Tyson a year from today, you would change everything you're doing right now. You'd get a trainer, you'd start eating right, you'd start exercising, you'd be learning boxing and all this stuff. Whether or not you fight him in a year is irrelevant. You're going to be a way better boxer for doing what you needed to do to prep. So whether you compete or not, we don't care about that. We want you to be the best dent guy you can do, so you can make more money every single day. So that's why. And I'll tell you this, John and I are best friends. We love each other. We do anything for each other. It's the only time he yelled at me. Yeah.
Whoa. You and John are best friends?
We're very good friends. Good friends.
Son of a John. I thought.
So my true best friend is Joe Hartnett. He saved my life when we were 5 years old, and we've been best friends since. So nobody's going to take his place. But I have lots of other very, very good friends, including some of you in the room here right now.
John told me we were best friends, including some of you. Two out of three. So,
I'm probably gonna skip all of this.
He messaged me, and I forget what it was. It was like, "What the hell, man? Why are you giving this away? We were talking about selling it. We're selling this thing for $600, and now you yank the rug out from under our feet, whatever." And I had to talk with him and explain why. And I'm like, it's going to help everybody level up, and that's the goal of Dream. That's the goal of everything I pretty much do. Is I want it if every one of us is a better tech, the whole PDR industry is better.
Oh, absolutely. And I think, as an industry as a whole, that's, there's so many guys and girls out there just constantly pushing us forward. I mean, we go back to my last podcast. Chris was doing push metal workshop, and you guys are doing the Dream events, and then we've got MTE and all these tech meetups and everything, and everybody is pushing everybody to get a little bit better and incrementally. I can remember, when I first started, I would hear guys saying things like, PDR is in its infancy and so on and so forth, and I feel like PDR.
And nobody wanted to show you anything. If you met a PDR guy, nobody wanted to show you anything. It wasn't public.
Yeah.
Back when I started, and Don's got more years than I do in it, but when I started, you weren't allowed to see another guy's tools. Like, everything was covered and everything was closed, no window rooms and whatever. I mean, it was a secret.
I went through that.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, Don, we talked about it on episode 2 of this podcast.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was episode 1. I forget. But, tell everybody the first time you met me, what happened?
Well, I'll make it the Dime Store tour. A lot of people have heard it, so I won't go on and on, but I had to run.
I've heard it, so I'm going to grab a beer.
Grab me one too, Dave. I'm empty now.
Yeah, I'm going to get one too.
So I dropped a taillight. I was doing a easy dent on a quarter panel, and it slipped out of my hands. We're not all perfect, but it broke the taillight, and it fell, and I had to run up to I had to get it done right away. So I couldn't get a runner to bring it down or anything. So I, of course, jumped up in my car, drove up to the dealership. And as I was walking in, I see this guy over in the parking lot working on a dent, and it's Johnny Boy. And so I go in, I get the part, I'm coming back out, and I go, I'm going to go walk over by this guy. And John's working on a fender, and I was acting dumb and said, hey, what are you doing there? And he looked up, and he looked like he saw a ghost. And he immediately closed his toolbox right next to him on the ground and said, I can't talk to you, man. No, can't show you my tools. Hey, good pour. and blah blah blah. So, and then I was like, well, geez, wow, I go, I want to, invite you to my shop. You come see everything I have. You're welcome to borrow anything or come see everything I got. So anyway, I started walking, and he's got this great setup in the back. Was that a PT Cruiser? What the hell was that thing?
Scion XB, the toaster.
Scion XB, and he has the tailgate open. He's got all his tools just miraculously set up, just beautiful. Hey, there's Coda. So I try to look in there, and then all of a sudden I get this big arm that comes over my head and like closes the tailgate,
That's my shop, baby.
I'm like, what? Yeah, she's a sweetie. And it was just hilarious. She goes, you got to leave, man. I can't even talk to you. You got to go, man. I'm going to get fired if my boss knows that I'm talking to you. And that was how Johnny and I met. And so begged you to come over, and you finally did, and the rest is history. So.
Yeah.
But I want to do something.
Thank you for being so dang kind to me. So dang kind to me.
You're so welcome. You're easy to be kind to, John. I love you like a brother. You know that.
Well, you didn't know me from Adam back then. So I want to give props where it's due. And that was a time, I mean, this is, I don't know, 7-8 years ago plus probably.
Yeah.
And, that was a time when, stuff online was kind of just getting started. Like, Mike Toledo probably only had a few thousand views on YouTube at this point. And, the Facebook groups were just kind of getting started. And I didn't really realize what was out there and available. And I think newer techs in the industry now don't realize, all the resources that we've got available to us now is so far and away much better than what it was before then. And I
love that everybody's helping everybody. It's just great.
Yeah.
When I left school,
and you're a leader in that
by myself. There was no resources. There was nobody I could turn to and call and say, hey, I'm having a little trouble here. How do I do this or whatever? There was no Facebook. There was no, it was, we were on our own learning on the job. I mean, it sucked, and that's, that's another reason, not only does Dream the place to come to learn, but we try and explain, hey, what else is going on? Just like you were explaining about Crystal's event coming up, and I'll be going to Gene Fetty's event and stuff. Matt Moore's got an event the same day as Dream. Why would I talk about that? That's my competition, whatever. No, that's going to be a phenomenal thing. And they're going to be doing Dream there. And Josh is going to be serving barbecue to them and everything. And it's like, if guys don't know about what's going on and where they should go to learn and stuff, then we're not rising as an industry. And again, that's what Don and I's passions are.
There's Coda too.
Yep. There's Coda as well. Yeah.
Curly Coda.
And going back to the speeches and stuff, kind of on a micro level, the basic theme is we need to get more customers and we need to be able to charge more per repair in order to make more money and stuff. So we've got a lot of speeches that are going to be talking about how do you do those two things? Sounds pretty simple, and then on the macro level, you need some marketing. You need to be able to make that automatically happen so that you're not having to hustle and pound the pavement and make all these repairs. You want them coming to you easily. So we're going to be focusing on that and stuff. Sorry about that thing.
Did you sell a wedge light? Is that what?
Yeah, we did. Sorry, I get so excited. I always gotta look. Who was it? And, sold some other stuff. Yeah, so
I get it.
Super cool. And I do. I look at every single person that's ever bought an Edgy Tools product. I see them. Everybody that's ever bought their Dream ticket, I see them. Like that's what juices me. That's what gets me excited and stuff.
It's fun.
And talking about that, a lot of guys are scared of the price tag on Dream this time. It's $200. That's a lot of money. Okay. But
wait,
we looked at it. Yeah.
$200?
Yep.
No, it's not. It's $199.
That's it.
$199. Yeah.
Well,
we tried to price it where a couple of door dings should
spend
fix that
on a night in the bar.
Yeah. Exactly.
And got nothing out of it.
Nice dinner. If you're not charging enough for your door dings, let me put it this way: if $200 is a stretch for you, put it on your credit card. Like you need to be in the room that much more. Okay.
You'll make it
Same
back.
thing is if you don't have time to watch the videos or to attend it and whatever, you need to be there even more. You know, it goes back to, we all start our business for freedom. We want to be our own boss. We want to be able to do what we want to do whenever the hell we want to do it and all this. And somewhere along the line, it became a job, and it became, I got to answer to this customer, and I got to be over here, even though I don't want to be. And I'm stretched here and here and here. I'm wearing all these different hats. I'm doing this. I'm doing, we're one-man armies, doing everything. And we've lost the whole reason we went into business for ourselves. I love the line that an entrepreneur is the person willing to work 80 hours a week to avoid a 40-hour week job. So that's a big part of what I'm passionate about, is getting that life that we actually went into business for and living the life now. Okay. Not some future date where we think, well, when I retire, I'll get to do this and stuff. And that's where, again, going back to my buddy Scott that passed away, I knew his secret dreams. I knew what his passion in life was. And I know that he did not spend one day of his life doing what he wanted to do. It was always, he was going to make enough money with Hale, and he was going to have this paid off and do this. And then he'd do his dreams. It's bullshit. Start doing your dreams now.
Yeah, it is bullshit. And I started my business. We are almost at the 4-year mark.
Okay.
October 23rd, 2017 was the day I went full-time. Cliffy's got the banner on his t-shirt because he came down for Dream last year. Anyway,
it's not the elusive gold one. I did not dig that one out. That's still folded, tucked away.
You're the only Grey Duck gold certified technician at this point. But anyway, when I started my business 4 years ago, I could have went to MTE that January 18. I was not able to make it to that. I thought it was too expensive. I mean, you're talking tickets to get down there, hotel, badge, all of that stuff. The first event I went to was a mega media event in Ohio, and that was $2,500. I literally had $3,500 in my fucking bank account when I spent that money. And the fact that you guys have an event that has all this information for $199 for anybody to say that that's a lot, you're crazy. You're bananas. I mean,
okay. Now, can I say something on that, John?
Yeah.
That right there, going up, piggybacking off of what John just said. If you don't have the money, or it's going to make you strap for the money, that's going to make you get more out of the information, because you probably can't afford it, you need it, and you're going to be that much more involved. You're going to push to get that much more out of it. You're going to watch them videos 4, 5, 6, 7 times through that month that you get it, all the way from 1 and 2. You're going to keep watching that stuff. And every time you watch it, you're going to absorb a little more. It's kind of like training. You don't get all your training in 1 week. You do the week of training, you practice. You go back for advanced training. You learn from different people. You don't just learn from one guy. And that's what's great about Dream, is it's not just one person.
Yeah. And I love the line Dan Sullivan says, it's not always what's taught, it's what's caught. Every single time that I've gone to any tech get-together anywhere in the world, I gained something, and I gained something for my business. It's transformed. And Don and I were talking about this. Cliff, you were there. John, you were there. The Stanliner training at Don's shop. I said, I met Brian Lechtman there. I made $150,000 the next year.
Because of the purpose in the room.
Numbers, sorry about that.
Oh, I met a lot at Don's seminar. I met a lot of people. I met Ray Gonzalez.
Yeah, Don and I had never met, really. I mean, we knew each other online and everything. Look where we're at now. That would have happened had we not attended that
John Vadine.
John, we talked about doing the the Dent Reaper rod and stuff, and I said, hey, I'm not there. I'll take way too long or whatever. Like there's opportunities that happen that aren't directly related to what's happening. It's that one-off meeting at I said, I think personally, and trust me, I love Mobile Tech Expo. I speak every single one of them. It broke my heart that I had to miss this one. But I think just as much, if not more, is learned in the bar upstairs as on education day. It's different stuff, but that's where I've had the biggest epiphanies and the biggest things that really move the needle in my business and get me where I want to go. It's just
absolutely.
And that's not discrediting education day. Again, I usually speak 2 or 3 times during that and try and bring as much value as I can there. And I know all the other speakers do as well, but I'm just saying it's not always exactly tit for tat. I got my ticket and I'm going to watch the videos and I'm going to learn. I think if you buy your ticket and you watch one video, you should get exponential returns on that. Okay.
Well, you get the
Oh,
you
absolutely.
get that.
And
that
I
series.
think the virtual bar stuff, I think it was the last night of the virtual bar.
Yeah.
Because you do it every week, every Saturday for 4 weeks after. And I think it was the last one. Me and Dave Shalat were on there until I don't even know. It was like, I think the birds were chirping when I went into the house. And I'm telling you,
John,
I
can vouch for you. I've been there with you on multiple occasions that way.
But I'm telling you, I learned
something
more
about talking the talk.
Oh yeah, more about PDR just from you listen to his old war stories and you understand where he came from and where PDR has come from as a whole. And I mean, he got trained by Lito. I think he was one of the first classes of Lito's, if not the first. And I mean, I'm lucky enough.
If anybody doesn't know David Shalat, he's a 1%er of the 1%ers. He is the whole package. He can fix anything you put in front of him. We've branded him this whole thing. He's Big Dent Dave. He can fix anything on any car. He knows the business side of it. He's professional. He's well spoken. I mean, he's the complete package. I got to fix a hail car with him yesterday. I came off the bench and dusted off my tools and just had a phenomenal time. But he's just so sharp.
And he's a fun guy to hang with and talk to. I got to talk to him. Actually, the most I talked to him was in Vegas this last year.
Nice.
And he is such an awesome guy.
He is
charismatic,
he's
fun to be
true
around.
Gentleman. True gentleman.
Yeah,
really.
he's awesome.
Yeah. He worked for Dent Wizard for, I believe, 23 years. And he was the guy that they would send in if they wanted to land an account. Because he could do the demo. He could talk the talk. He knew everything. He managed the storm. I mean, literally, the guy's done everything in the industry and at the highest level. I can't say enough good things about my buddy. And he spoke at Dream One, and you have access to his speech, which is it's about money. And real quick, just to touch on that one is he has a special needs child. Okay, so most of us have to make enough to pay for our lifestyle now and pay for our lifestyle when we retire. And most of us don't have any clue what that number is. And then maybe we want to leave a legacy or something for our children or something. Well, David has to do double that because his son's not going to have the earning capacity. So he has to do things a little bit differently, and he does. And that's what he shared in his Dream One speech, what he does differently. He's had to learn things about how to handle money and everything, which I don't have it here, but I've got a poster. There's a guy, I'm a mess, but there's a guy that I went to that teaches his whole thing is about money and everything. And I'm going to be talking a bit about that.
I know a few people that can watch that video.
Yeah, it's usually most of us know how to make enough money and we hit our revenue numbers, but we don't know what to do with that money when we've made it. And so we have bad years, we tighten our belts and we squeak through, and good years, we buy some more things and we pay off debt or whatever. And at the end of a career, we don't have a whole lot to show for it because we didn't do a few little things differently. Okay. And so that's what I'm going to try and bring to the table this time is showing you guys what little bit differences can make a big difference.
Huge difference.
So
I want to
yeah.
just kind of interject. You guys were talking earlier, all those quotes. I love the one, you got to pay attention, and
Yeah.
$200 is amazing because
Yeah.
just John's the competition series $5.99. We sell that on the website. So
Yeah.
you can buy for, you get that and you're going to have tenfold of what you need. But listening to all these guys are amazing. Like John Scotto, he had an amazing speech last year about, getting all the money for the repair, getting the insurance company involved. Instead of doing that dent for $700, get $2,000 for the damn thing. It's just the way we word it, the way we hold ourselves, the way we it's just really understanding what's out there and what we're leaving on the table is just just an amazing thing. I want to
you
come
wouldn't
full
bat an eye
circle.
spending $200 on a tool.
I wouldn't even think about it. I spent $200 on
And
thousands
that's what
of
the Dream
tools.
Event is a tool.
Yep.
And
It
it's
is.
a long-lasting
But a
tool.
pretty good one between your ears. I mean, one that you can
Yes.
just multiply your concessions so much. John, you had up
Hey.
on the screen, someone said, I wasn't able to access the Dream Event on my phone. Well, we want to tell you guys a little something here. I'm so glad that you posted that, John. I just happened to see that when you were, I don't know who that was.
It was. I'm going to find. Oh, here it is. James Bernard.
Okay. Okay. So James, so we are going to ask you if you're going to be, and like Dave said, it's really not about that day. If you're doing something else, you got this stuff for 30 days, you can go on. Second day is always incredible. Everything's loaded up really good. It's really easy on your phone. First day, the bandwidth, everything else, it's really tough to navigate. It's really, we suggest a laptop on that first day, and you'll enjoy everything so much more. And that's really a good thing.
Yeah, if you want to be a fly on the wall, your phone's fine or your tablet's fine. But if you want to be interactive and talking the way we are right now and everything else, we really recommend a computer and on Chrome. Whatever device you use, we recommend you do a full power down and bring it back up that day to reset your RAM and your memory and all that so it can work, because it's a robust system. I mean, it's a lot going on there. I ask anybody, please Facebook message me or email me at dave@edgytools.com or anything. Reach out to me and let me know if you had problems at Dream 1, and we'll do something to make it right for you.
Absolutely.
And again, when you buy your ticket to Dream 2, you're instantly going to get all of Dream 1, all the video content, all of the speeches, all the hands-on demos, plus more immediately in a much, much easier. We tried to make it as simple as we could. And again, so my web guys kept saying, hey, let's do it this way. And I'm like, no, that's going to make it harder. I said, I want it to be where you just look at the video, look through the thumbnails, click on the video you want to watch or listen to, and you can walk over and fix some door dings while you're listening to the speaker. Very few of us that spoke used props or anything that you need to actually visually see, so you can listen to these speeches while you're working.
Hey, speaking of when they buy their ticket to Dream 2,
yep.
I want to throw this out there because as a vendor to Dream, I put the tickets up available on my website as well, because obviously I want more people there. As many people that are there, it's a bonus for me, and I think it's a bonus for everybody.
Everybody.
So
rising tides raise all ships.
As a bonus to everybody, if you buy, what's going on in the background there? If you buy your Dream 2 ticket on dentreaper.com, you are going to be entered to win a $1,000 shopping spree on dentreaper.com.
Wow.
So, whatever you want.
It means so much to us.
I'm going to go buy a ticket. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I was just going to say, John, you beat me to that.
So I threw it out there the other day, and I just asked people live on Instagram, what do you want? What do you need? And it was angels, reapers, gear, this, that, the other. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make it a flat dollar amount, and
So I'm just hearing about this dollar amount now. I've got to say that when I watched the video when you put that out there, and I saw the comments that people were like, "Oh, a hat, a T-shirt, like $1,000."
I'm gonna make it $1,000. Listen,
You just slept on that for 24 hours.
Talk
and
about
captured that. I love
overshooting.
that.
That's amazing.
listen, honestly, if Don doesn't walk up to me that day in that parking lot and be the fucking amazing person that he is, and what have you, I don't know that I ever go out on my own. I don't know that I ever create a tool. I don't know that I do any of this stuff. And, if one person that goes to Dream can turn around and do the same thing and create their own business, create something to change their life for the better, that would mean the world to me. I'm sure it would mean the world to you guys. And I think
why we're doing it. I love it.
There's a tractor story that if the tractor is sitting there in the barn and you tied the steering wheel and you just locked it straight ahead and you put a brick on the gas pedal and let it just go, and then the next day the same thing, you turn the steering wheel 3 degrees to the right into the same exact thing, that tractor is going to end up in 2 totally different places. It's not some big epiphany. I'm going to stop doing this and start doing this to make all my money. No, it's an easy little pivot, an easy little shift that makes all the difference by the end of your journey. Same thing goes with a plane flight. Like, if you have the plane and they've got their coordinates, and if you didn't take into account the wind, you'd end up in a different city completely.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's these little paradigm shifts, little different ways of looking at things.
Absolutely.
That again make you retire broke or unable to retire. I've got friends in their late 60s and a couple in their 70s pushing dents because they have to, not because they love it.
Yep.
To me, that's tragic. I love them, but I hate that they're in that situation. You gotta
take care of the money.
Again, it's not that they didn't earn enough over their careers.
Yeah,
it's that they made a few mistakes with their money, or they didn't do a few of the right things right that made all the difference.
I talked to a guy today, and he's had a rough go over the last whatever it has been 10 plus years, and he's in a tough spot. And I just said, he was looking for advice. I don't know what I can do for you, but what I can tell you is that the ladder out of hell starts with the first rung. So you gotta put your foot on there and start climbing, because one thing at a time is gonna get you out of there. And it's not an overnight process for anybody in anything. Unless you win the lottery, and that oftentimes doesn't work out.
That backfires too.
Let me touch on that real quick. Most guys that win the lottery are broke 10 years later because they didn't learn the lessons on how money works.
It was free money. It was given to you.
There's a lot. You got to get
didn't earn
up. You got to. Yep. There's a thing.
It's like buying your first car versus having them give it to you.
Because you need to fail to learn how to get to the next rung.
Yeah. Well, Jim Rohn says, become a millionaire for the man it will make you become. It's not the $1 million
right
that you're chasing. You're chasing the lessons along the way.
Yeah.
And
I love Dave. Dave told me an analogy the other day, and it stuck with me, Dave. I'm going to quote you. Michael Phelps, he won 18, gold medals, right? And I'm like, yeah, Dave, okay. And he goes, yeah, he says, I just read something. He didn't win those at the Olympics. He won those when he decided to go in an hour early and swim those extra laps and stay after and get the best coaching and be the last one at the pool and the first one at the pool. He earned that long before he made his money or his gold medals, I'll say. And I love that analogy, Dave, when you use that. I've been thinking about it ever since. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's what us dent guys need to do. We need to arm ourselves with as much information as we possibly can. I believe that I got stuck about 10, 12 years ago, maybe 15 years ago in this conundrum that I couldn't learn anything else. And I'd been going to MT for a long time, and I took a break. And I thought, I don't need that, blah, blah. That was like the worst decision of my life. And I came back, 5 years later and haven't missed another one. But I met some of my best friends there. I've learned more stuff in, like Dave says, at the bar, or talking with someone, or in those education rooms at MTE. Like, wow, what an epiphany. And what's great about that, and what we took, our philosophy was that you could watch them for 30 days. You could watch them now. You can watch the first set for, almost 2 months, and then you get to go and watch the new stuff for another 30 days. But it is, Cliff, you touched on this. So when you rehear something, you hear it more and more. When you're at a in-person thing, unless you're recording the damn thing and you can watch it over, you miss a lot. There's so much information coming at you. I'm a guy that needs to re-see things. I think it's a little bit of my ADD. I think most of us dent guys are squirrel. But that's why we're such good dent guys.
Hey, John, it's good.
It's good. I saw it go by. But in reality, that's why we're entrepreneurs, is because we could never work for someone else. We want the best for our families. We want one of Dave and I came up with this when we started going to the strategic coach, and we're going to be going into our 3rd year here. And we really realized it made you think about things and ask yourself questions of what's really needed in the industry that we're in. And we just decided that it was education, and we decided that it would be great to be able to help everyone and bring everybody up together, because now we can get more of a unified, some kind of a dignity across the board. It doesn't work when someone, and that was what my speech was on last year, if you guys would re-listen to it, or if you have listened to it, you got one guy charging 60, one guy charging 80, one guy charging 150, one guy charging $200 for a dime or quarter size dent. Really makes us look pretty crappy. Someone went and got all those bids. I don't mind losing it to you, John, and we're kind of competition, but we're really not. We're 45 minutes apart. But as long as you said 150, 450, and I said 150, 450, and they like you better, that's awesome. You're not, and even with your competition, you got to get along with everybody. Even if you hate that guy, at least talk to him. Get him on your level, so he's making more, you're making more, and you're lifting up the whole industry as a whole.
Yeah. Well, and as you say that, Q joins us and says, "Hey, fellas," and Q's in our market as well.
Yes,
Love
he is.
That
Great
dude.
guy,
and
I do as well.
Same thing. I mean,
placed
Don,
an order the other
we
day.
have.
Thank you for
We
that.
have. I honestly, and I'm not sure, but I honestly think the Twin Cities area is maybe the most saturated as far as PDR techs go. I mean,
You ever been to Dallas, Texas, or down in that?
Colorado, St. Louis.
Fair
But
enough.
we're
Those
all
guys
friends.
are all-
That's the difference.
It's getting
guys are all-
competitive
yeah.
Texas is
everywhere.
saturated.
No, there's no market saturated. It's getting competitive everywhere.
Well,
I hate to say this publicly.
That's my point, though. That's my point, though, Dave. Like, we're heavily saturated. Maybe not so much as Dallas or Denver, blah, blah, blah. But
we're all making.
Yeah, everybody's fine here. There's so much work to go around, and we just need to do it right.
As long as you're not cutthroat about it, the population's enough for everybody to make a good living.
Oh yeah, we're not.
There are guys everywhere pushing dents that are going broke. They're making 40,000 a year. They're making 400,000 a year. They're all working just as hard. They're not doing the same little things. Okay, there's a difference between a guy. I don't want to talk numbers, but to make this much money is different than to make half that money. You need to do different things.
Do you want to fix 100 cars, or do you want to fix 400 cars to make the same amount of money? Yeah, the wear and tear on your body is the same no matter what.
I always train my guys working with me, chase the money, not the work. There's work everywhere. You can work yourself broke, okay? If I'm going to go broke, I'd rather sit around and eat and watch Netflix. Okay, why should I kill myself to go broke?
Well, I
Like-
want to be drinking on the phone with you, Dave. Video.
It's profitable.
So what do you do
but-
when Dave
and-
passes out and you just getting started?
And talking about money and everything, like if somebody's listening and you can't swing the 200 and you absolutely don't see that possible, please reach out to me and I'll do a free coaching session or something. We'll figure out what's going wrong. Because if you can fix a dent, and even if you're not good at fixing dents, I know a lot of guys that suck at fixing dents. They make a shit ton of money. Okay, there's a market for that. I hate to say
Dave,
that.
did you
It
have
sounds
to really
absolutely
bring me into the
terrible.
conversation?
It's the truth,
You
okay?
asshole.
You're not going to go in and win the Tesla dealership or the or those kind of things. But there's a place for you. Like there's a place for everybody that you can make a killer money. Like I was saying the other day, as far as trades go, PDR is the best trade in the world. Okay. Painters, electricians, nobody can make the kind of money we're making with the kind of lifestyle and business knowledge that we as an industry have. I mean, we go out there and I went years early in my career. I didn't even have business cards and I was making killer money. I knew nothing about business. In fact, I almost went broke. I don't know how many times with Edgy Tools because I thought I was an excellent businessman because of the numbers I hit chasing hail. I didn't know anything about business. A little girl running a lemonade stand knew more about business than I did. I didn't know how to do inventory. I didn't know anything.
Hey, speaking of little girls running lemonade stands, we have another guest. What's up, Scotto?
The man, the myth,
Lemonade.
the legend.
Having it, brother.
I got lemonade right here.
There you
Got a
go.
margarita.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Actually, it's
sir.
lemonade.
Everybody loves lemonade,
Ah,
especially me.
a little vodka.
Lynchburg lemonade.
Is there a little
What's going
vodka in
on?
there,
How are
buddy?
you?
So, John,
Yeah.
we're here talking
Doing
about
well,
Dream 2. You were a speaker at Dream 1. Tell us a little bit about that. Were you nervous? Was it easy? Did you do any planning ahead of time?
On my speech, no, I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't do any planning. I should have.
That's the best
No,
one.
Yeah, I
Just
was-
wing it.
Of course, I was nervous.
Oh, we
to
did quite a
speak,
few
of
phone
course,
calls.
Mhm.
But the thing was everything else. I mean, I learned so much from watching and listening to everyone else.
Did it change you?
Yeah. Yep. I definitely immediately did a couple things. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but I did.
Nice.
And yeah, I mean, I think I messed up too, because I wasn't able to, I didn't go through all of them. And I think it was like the last week or something. I still had a couple to go on, the couple to listen. We still can't do that, right? Can we still go on there or no?
So yeah, when you buy your Dream 2 ticket, you get instant access to the whole library from Dream 1 plus bonuses.
Oh, so
But
all the new people too. Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a much
that's
easier
really cool.
format. It's easier than YouTube. You literally just scroll through the videos, click on the one you want. So guys are gonna love that. So
Yep, absolutely.
yeah, because we
No,
had
it's definitely a must-have.
we had technical difficulties. A lot of techs had technical difficulties and whatever. So we've tried to clean that up, and we're still working every day to make it easier and faster and better.
It's
With
so much
anything
better.
electronic, though, you're going to have that with, the flow, like you guys said, when you have a bunch of people on there, the flow, all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, if you go to a concert and you try and use your cell phone after, I've had that happen where you can't get a call to go out because everybody's trying to use the network.
Oh, right. Yeah, everybody's there.
So
That's what I always say.
same concept.
Yep.
Yeah, reset your device and stuff. But again, it's that day is kick ass and it's awesome, but it's not all about that day. And again, the very underutilized thing was the drinking Saturday night events. You don't have to drink just because it's called a virtual bar. There were guys in there hanging out that weren't drinking, but there was so much learning and so much. It was a nice, small, interactive thing. I mean, people shared stories in there that just changed my life.
And people didn't realize there was little breakout rooms too. I think that was overlooked. Those breakout rooms were overlooked, weren't they? People didn't realize you could go jump and talk to a bunch of guys about hail or go talk about retail. They're just these intimate little jump offs too. The platform was probably used for about 40% of its capability, other than actually watching the speakers. So there's so much there. It was so cool to hop on a Saturday night and be having a beer in Ireland with Neil. And being, talking to Igor over in the UK, and then Kevin Andrews is, it's like, this is so crazy. We're doing this on Saturday nights, having beers together and bouncing ideas off one another. It was just, I would have paid $1,000 for that. I mean, just, just so much fun.
It was some of the most memorable nights of the year for me. I mean, I loved it.
My cheeks would hurt on Sunday. Oh my God.
So is that the only thing that would hurt, Don? Because I was... I had, especially that night with Dave Shalat.
I think Shalat made every single Saturday night bar session. I don't think he missed one with us.
He probably did. One night it was just Andy, Patrick, and I. And that was it.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah. So and then we realized we missed everybody by like 2 hours.
Have to be the Saturday night. We have the platform. It's open for 30 days. So if a couple texts met at Dream and say, hey, we want to carry on the conversation, they can message each other privately and say, hey, let's hop on the virtual bar on Monday at 2:00, and they can be the only ones in there or whatever. Like it's a networking platform and stuff.
Well, and if nothing else, even if you don't do it on the platform, if you guys make a connection and you guys talk away from that on the phone and whatever,
that's kick-ass.
You're going to learn a lot from each other. That's $200 right there.
Yeah.
I'm a 4-year tech. If it wouldn't be for John Scotto and everyone sitting here, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. It's Dave Streen is my mentor. Dave Streen is the one that got me into this. And a lot of people don't know that. Everybody knows where I trained and where my base is from, but people don't realize that the reason I'm in PDR right now is because of Dave Streen. He's the one that started me in it. He's the one that got me into it and helped me through it and was always there behind me. So my true mentor, people don't realize that because of where I was and what I trained. They don't see that part of it. But what went on behind closed doors, the talks on the phone, the meeting, just that simple stuff. That's, 4 years later where I'm at, that's worth more than $200 right there. Look
Dave,
at that when you do that.
Someone's getting a call from the president.
This shit is all your fault.
Hey, let me interrupt for
what did you say,
second.
John? What did you say, John?
I said someone
coming in, I had to decline.
I said this shit is all Dave's fault.
I wasn't supposed to turn on you like that, Dave, but now you own it. Fuck, sorry.
Very important to me is I hate watching people make mistakes or get burned or this or that. So I always try and make myself available. And I don't know it all or whatever, but I usually know somebody smarter than me that can help out or guide or whatever. Unfortunately, in hindsight, it's 2020, bringing Cliff into the industry, huge mistake. I apologize to everybody listening.
For real though.
I love you, Cliff. And I'm so proud of you. So incredibly proud of you, man. I
like to talk shit about Cliff, but he's a natural teacher. And if anybody gets the chance to work alongside him or work with him for whatever period of time, and there's a ton of
what you're saying, John, is as long as you can stay sober, try and get his attention. Was that what you were trying to
Bender
say?
and Cliff are the two guys with the steepest trajectory I've ever seen in this industry.
Who else in Cliff?
Corey Bender, he spoke at the first Dream. He had the porn
Okay.
mustache going.
Yeah.
Uh,
Is he the
Corey's
Dent
gonna kick
pirate?
my ass.
Mhm.
Those two have the steepest trajectory I've ever seen in PDR. I mean, just going from zero to success and zero flat.
No
I mean,
time.
it's so impressive.
Well, and again,
And it's-
that has to do with the people that you put around you. The Don Kavanaughs, the John Vadines, John
Yeah.
Scottos, Dave Streens.
Yeah.
I mean, that's who makes you. It's not. You don't take all the credit yourself, ever, because you wouldn't be there if it wasn't for somebody else, helping you along the way, whether it's the technical side of it or the boost and other sides of it, the business side of it, anything like that.
Oh yeah. Well,
I read a thing decades
John
ago.
Vadine, obviously, I got to work with John Vadine, retail lots, just for 2 days. I learned a shit ton just working with him. Being beside him
Of what not to do?
and working with him.
Of what
And
not to do, or
Nobody's
Most did I learn
self-made.
from you.
Somebody put
Well,
us
I
here.
didn't. Somebody
taught us or made a
I wasn't
connection.
good
or
at drilling holes and where to do it. I mean, now I am fucking awesome at it.
John Vadine, John taught me something and everyone else something when he was here at the tech meetup. He taught him how to buy beer at 10 o'clock in the morning.
oh yeah, ba-boom, ba-boom.
Oh yeah.
A
Me and
little
John
wink,
drank
a
a
little
beer or two
wink
together.
to that partially bearded lady behind the counter
Aunt
there.
Bunny?
And,
Aunt
oh
Bunny?
yeah, I'm on Bunny.
Hey,
One thing, Cliffy.
Guys?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say.
Well, I was just gonna
the
say
biggest,
about Cliff.
The biggest.
Cliff.
Oh, go ahead.
The one
Tell me.
thing
Go ahead,
I'm
John.
sorry, Johnny. We're all talking over each other.
Woohoo.
One thing about Cliff, I really noticed at the Stanliner event at our shop when you were helping people. And I told you this. I brought you aside and told you this, Cliff, and it's true.
No, you brought me up in front of everybody.
Did I?
And embarrassed me.
Yes, I did, didn't I? Sorry, it
You
had to
did.
be done. You have a sixth sense. You can see when you're training someone, and you were training at different positions there, and we were working with different tools. And it was really interesting because people would be going, "Oh yeah, I get it. And you're looking at them like, no, you don't. Like you knew that they didn't want to make it a point that they were embarrassed that they didn't know. And you had a way to take them and start talking to them and bring them around. And it was really fun to watch. That's a natural ability that you didn't learn from any of us. So that's me.
When you train somebody, you stand over and you watch them. All these people that think that, like, if we train somebody, and I hear a lot of naysayers on, say Facebook and stuff like that. Oh, we got another trainer or something like that. Take somebody in for a week and stand over their shoulder and work with them, and then tell me how easy it is, because it's not.
Hard.
Because you're used to working on your own, and you have to watch them, and not only, and you can ask anybody I've ever trained with, or anybody I've ever trained. I jump in and I work with them. I don't just tell them to do it. I leave, come back, or anything like that. But when you're standing there, you're training somebody, it's mentally hard to keep yourself focused, find stuff to do, because they're working on a dent that you could be doing yourself. And, you're there for them. That's what they're paying for. That's what you're there to teach them.
I wish I could bring Zach in here right now, because when you worked with him at the push metal workshop and while you were here, I got the best freaking deal when Cliff was here. He helped me on my wholesale lots. He helped train my tech. He did so much for me, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to repay him. But
he's got a huge heart. He's a giver.
Yeah, I mean,
John, I got a wall full of tools. You've done well.
So
We're
I've never done any beginning training. I just
got
do
a mint
training.
on my pillow. Enough said. I got a mint on my pillow and 2 dogs to cuddle with me.
Nice.
Yeah. Well.
So I heard
yeah.
you made a mint, but I didn't realize it was just an actual mint.
I think you heard wrong there, Dave.
Oh snap! Super jackpot.
Nice.
Yeah.
So again, yeah, I just on Dream again. It's not about that day. That day's going to be amazing. The nights in the bar are going to be amazing. If you don't do any of that, just the access to the videos and the connections you're going to make. Okay,
The camaraderie, connections,
making
video.
one like. When I went to Japan, like I had no idea what to expect. I was nervous. I'd never been over there or whatever. Like my one connection with Igor, who I'd never met before. I love that guy now. I've got my wallet's not here. I was going to say I've got oh yeah, here it is. So let me show you this. I've got let me find it here. So I carry this in my wallet still. Okay. This is my friend Igor gave me that. It was the last day. I'd spent all my money. My ATMs didn't work. I had all these troubles traveling overseas. I should be an expert. I spent my whole Hale career working in all, Australia and all over Europe and everything. But I got to Japan. My ATM didn't work and everything. Igor took me everywhere I needed to go. It was my last night, and I'd squeaked through with my last penny. And he called me. He's like, "Hey, we're meeting here. I didn't know you were still in town." He had a driver come pick me up, take me 45 minutes away, had the most magnificent dinner I've ever had in my life with Hiroshi and everybody. It was just amazing. And he gave me that, let's say equivalent of like $100 bill or something. But he's like, "I don't want you leaving without walking money, spending money for the airport, whatever, And I went home the next day and everything. But it's like that one friendship was made that whole event worthwhile, all the expense and everything. But again, here now we are years later. Hiroshi's he represents Edgy Tools in Japan. I met Andrew Kinsey for the first time there. I made tons of friends over there that I've never had before. I made all kinds of business deals that I'd never had before. Like, you don't know how something's going to change you, but if you don't go there, I know how it's going to change you. Not at all.
Not at all.
Yep. So, and again, it's me. If you go to Dream, if you buy your $199 ticket and go to Dream and say, "Dave, that sucked," whatever, reach out. I'll figure out a way to make it right. Okay, like, but I can't imagine that happening. Like,
hey, Dave. Speaking of meeting people on off chances, do you have your phone on you?
Yeah.
I just want you to hold it up so everybody can see what the contact that's called.
Oh, did you hear it? That's the hack. Siri actually says the F-bomb.
That fucking
guy. So call it again. Call it again so they can hear it.
All right. Here we go.
That fucking Verding guy.
And there's an R in there for some reason, and I know there's no R in your name, and I know that it's pronounced Vidine now. But John and I were drinking in the bar after that event that I talked about earlier at Don's shop, the Stanliner event or whatever, and I was like, "Dude, I fucking love you." We were sitting next to each other and drinking, and I'm talking. You want to talk about cheeks and ribs hurting? I mean, I was belly aching. Everything you said was hilarious. and I'm like, "I gotta add your contact." And you're like, "That's fucking Vidine guy." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's how I'm gonna store you."
He's trouble.
I love it.
So good.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Guys, the biggest thing we gotta do is no offense to the social media and the podcast, but there's a lot of people out there that we got to get this information about that's not online. I mean,
reach.
I really do. And I don't say it in a negative way, but you have no idea how many people are not online that we really need to get in touch with and
True.
bring them in this
There's
community.
a lot of good texts that are not on Facebook. You don't ever
No.
see them, and there's some of the
No.
best texts you would ever see.
No,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you never even heard of them,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
And
remember
they're
Craig at
awesome.
Anson? We were out at Anson Farms. We were by the fire, and he told me, he said, "Hey, I got to tell you, man, about 5 to 10 people that buy from us, out of 5 or 10% of the people that buy out of, so 90% of the people, basically, we'll say it that way, they don't have a social media account because they want to link up with all of them. They want to let them see their news, and literally they don't have that reselling tool to those types of people because they're just off social media. So.
Well, that is
Somebody
that's-
told
that's
me
why-
that only
that's why-
5% of the community's on social media.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why everyone that's listening right now or gonna re-listen or watch, everyone needs to tell everyone, because that's how it will get, you know what I mean? Like, everyone has 1 or 2 people that they talk to that's not on. So
Yeah.
as long as everyone listening and everyone, you know,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's
Just
the
up your
main thing.
game,
And-
you know. Take
Yeah,
that.
guys,
Yeah.
here's a little
leap of faith.
secret. Let your body shops and dealerships know about it, because they're going to learn and they're going to see what you're learning, and they're going to respect you more. Right now,
Well,
a lot of them look at us as
They're
a
going to
commodity, which
respect
if you don't know
you.
what
They're
that
going to hate
is,
you.
that's
But
we're
the
the
smartest
same.
thing body shops can do is bring PDR into their shop. Even if they don't do PDR for a living, body shop guys, I'm a 24-year body tech. The best thing you can do is learn some form of PDR to make your job easier. Whether it's glue pulling, doing the big smash, getting it out, the smartest thing you can do is that. It's going to make your repairs cleaner, even as a body man. That's a whole market that's not touched. But me coming from that for 24 years, and I still did it even after I trained. When I went back and I was still in the body shop, I didn't use mud. I didn't use putty. I didn't use that stuff. I used my PDR to make a cleaner repair, even if it wasn't a strictly PDR repair. You make it a cleaner, better repair.
Well,
Yeah.
exactly true. And right now, most people, the general public, the body shops, the dealerships, we're a commodity. If you're going to hire an electrician is an electrician. A plumber is a plumber, right? No, there's guys that suck, and there's guys that are fucking great. There's guys that know
there's guys
every
that wanna
code
do
and how to do things
Jordans.
properly. And there's guys, I just had a guy come out and work on my pool equipment that I got to go out and dig it all up. He buried an extension cord underground. And he acted like a
That's
hero.
how
I'm
my
like,
garage.
oh
That's
my
how my
God, I
garage
hired
is
the wrong
fed.
guy. Okay, I'm not gonna have my house burned down because I'm running my waterfall in my pool. Like, there's guys that do it right and guys that do it wrong.
Dave, do
Same
you have
thing
a
with our
waterfall in your
industry.
pool?
There are, yeah, and it's got fire too, like the MGM.
I gotta come down and visit you.
There you go. Yeah, your door's always welcome. You know that.
HOTWIRE, hotwire.com.
Dave,
I'm on my way.
Dave,
But
you're
again,
exactly
like,
right. That's why
They don't know the
that's-
difference. They think dents pop
Nope.
out, and they figure any one of us can do it. Okay.
Well, and
It's
they
the guys that
see
know marketing,
PDR
and
as
they've set a
hail
unique
and
selling
Dording.
proposition. Oh, I'm sorry, Cliff. What's that?
They see a lot of people, especially in North. I'm in a very rural area.
Yeah.
Like Jack Bucknell, stuff like that. People, when they think PDR, they think Dordings, hail, stuff like that. John, quit fucking shaking your head. I already know you got something to say.
First of all, when people
Jack
think
Bucknell
PDR,
is in Sex in the City, and you are in Yellowstone.
when the
I
general
will take
public hears
fucking
PDR,
Yellowstone all day long. It's my favorite show.
yeah.
I love horses. I love the country, and I love the ranches. I will live that way all my life.
I'm just saying, you said Jack Bucknell was as rural as you, and it's not even close.
Yeah. When the general public hears PDR, they think physician's desk reference. Nobody has any idea what Paintless Dent Repair is yet. We are not a household name. That's one of Don and I's mission, is to make it a household name, get everybody to hear and know what we do. We go
And
on
that's what I'm doing in North
Zooms.
Dakota.
Yeah.
Dave,
We all
even what
need
you
to be
just
doing it.
said.
All of
We
us.
need to
Saving
elevate
panels.
and let people know what we do, and let people know there's varying degrees. And that's where USP, unique selling proposition, comes in. And Don and I are working a lot on that, and that's going to be shared at Dream and stuff. There's just so much that's going to be shared there. We don't want anybody to miss out. So,
Well, Dave,
again, if
We
you
all
think
got
you
to
don't have
figure out
time,
what that
you better
one
make
person
time.
is.
Okay. If you're
do.
so busy that you don't have a couple hours to watch a couple videos, there's a problem. Okay. Red flag. If you don't have $200 to buy a ticket, red flag. Okay. And again, if you can't and you don't want to put it on a credit card and risk it, whatever, reach out to me. Okay. Like I say, I'll do some private coaching with you. I'll figure out what's wrong. Because if a PDR can't afford that price tag, there's a problem. Okay. Even if you're 2 weeks out of school. Okay. And I was there. Trust me. I struggled. I was broke as shit coming out of school. I had just jumped 10 grand on training, 10 grand on tools, 20 grand on a truck. You know, I was borrowed money from my dad to start my business and everything. I know what that's like. Okay. And again, I don't want anybody else going through that. Okay.
That's your
So
daughter?
if you're
I
in
don't
that
think it's a
position,
I don't think it's a
sweet.
money
I don't think
thing.
so.
And that's
to
what it's all
anyone.
about, Cliff. It's not
That's my
about
daughter.
Dents,
Hey,
it's about
if you
that.
want to come here, Alyssa.
Yeah, I don't
Embarrass
think
her.
it's that about that, Dave. I don't think anyone's, if they're in the business,
There's my
they'll buy a
daughter.
tool. It's just like buying
Hi,
a tool.
daughter.
Hi. No, but John, there's guys every year that, again, there's two guys out there, and one makes 10 times as much, and he's not working 10 times harder. They're doing
Well, you know
different
something?
things, and I'm talking about, the 98% of our industry does just fine.
That's fine.
1% multi-million crushing it, and 1% is losing their house right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. If you're in that struggling zone, please reach out. I will clear my schedule. I will make it so you are not in that struggling zone. And it, whatever that looks like. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, everybody can justify everything they ever do, and anybody can make an excuse for anything they ever do. Okay. What I'm saying with the Dream is, I hope you don't do that to yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
If you think you know it all, you do. Okay. You're done.
Yeah.
You're done learning. You're done growing. You're not going to know anything more than you know right now. If
You don't
come
want
in
those people
open-minded
anyways.
and say, hey, let's see what these guys
True, Johnny.
And
Well,
again,
and
it's
here's what I'll say on that, Dave.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop you there.
Yeah.
The minute you say you're
Of
done
course you
learning,
are.
because I have, John Scotto, 20 plus years? Don Kavanaugh, 30 years? Dave
It's not
Streen,
about that, though.
you're just getting into it. I understand that. But the minute you think you've stopped learning,
Yeah.
then
It's
go
over.
do something else.
Yeah,
Because
you're done.
then you've lost the passion, you've lost the desire to do it. PDR is something you have to have the passion for. It's not about the money, it's about the passion.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
I tell
and-
anybody I train,
I think
if you
there's
are
very
doing it
few
for the
people
money,
out there
don't.
now.
Don's a
Money-
great
If you're doing it
example.
for the
Money
passion to keep
follows
learning,
passion.
what's
Every
that?
one of us has the tools needed to do our job successfully.
Yep.
Yet we buy more tools. Some of us do, some of us don't. We buy more tools because they make us faster or better, or make the jobs easier or more ergonomically correct, whatever. Okay.
Even
But
if
the guys-
you buy
there
a
are
tool
still
that
guys
you
out there
only use,
pushing that made their own tools. Are they doing the
Yeah.
job? Yeah. Are they thriving and growing? No. And to me, it's about thriving and growing.
In the industry right now, because of things like the Dream event, the virtual stuff, it's not just hand tools. It's like Don Kavanaugh said, it's mind tools.
Yeah.
It is.
It's the stuff between your head. It's Mobile Tech RX, one of the best tools you can buy. It's not a tool. Dream is the same way.
Yeah.
It's
Before
not
Mobile
a
Tech,
physical tool to say that you have hanging on your wall. Those
Yeah.
are great. And you get a lot out of them. You get a lot out of everything else too. And the
before
minute
Mobile
you
Tech
stop
RX,
learning,
yeah,
you're done.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't
Before
think
Mobile
we
Tech
really have
RX.
that problem anymore, though.
What's that?
I don't think we have that. I think we're in my opinion is we're in a really good position that I don't think we have a lot of people out there anymore that thinks they know everything. So
That's good.
everyone wants
It's
to
getting
learn.
better and
But
better, but there's
it
still
is.
dinosaurs out
It
there.
is. But
Yeah.
in the dinosaurs, Dave, are the ones that aren't on social media. And if we can get out to those people, okay,
Yeah.
that's going to make a big difference in our industry because
Sure.
they're going to level it up and they're going to, and
Yeah.
it's going to get, we're going to, and if everyone gets better, we get better. I mean,
Yes.
and if anyone doesn't understand that, then, you
Right.
know, they're probably
Yeah,
not
people are
gonna
moving and
do well.
relocating
Yeah.
and everything. And if they had
Well,
a great guy in one city
and
and they
again,
want to
it's
find
that
another
little
guy,
shift,
it's going to
that
help each
little-
other indirectly, right?
And
Between the
before
tools and
you
the
signed
knowledge.
before you signed on, Scotto, I don't know if you caught this, but
Yeah, I did. I
this
had you on my
Sunday,
TV.
this Sunday above Foxborough is going to be the Goodyear Blimp, and they're advertising Dream while Tom Brady takes on the Patriots.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Big game. Big game.
You're cut off, Cliff.
We got him.
Yeah.
He had to walk away.
He walked away to get another beer.
Of course he did.
I missed that.
So no,
I missed something too, Johnny. I don't know.
it's that like
What
I was
did he
talking,
do? What
that
did-
little pivot, that little shift.
Yeah.
That makes all the difference.
And it does.
Yeah.
And you know what's really amazing, guys, is with everybody speaking and everybody that with the past speakers, an event like this in the real world of business, this is like the best of the best of the best. And they're bringing such knowledge to the table. This would be a $10,000 day if it was under Anthony Robbins, you know, or Tony Robbins, or, you know, Dean Graziosi, or you know, Grant Cardone, or where Dave and I are spending most of our time with strategic coach and Dan Sullivan. You're learning from some of the best of the best. And to have that audience to speak to, or have you be, you know, realizing you're part of the audience, getting this information it's just amazing. And we thought this through so much before we even announced the first dream. And we just really want to lift every single damn last tech up, because we know in its effectiveness is that it's gonna lift us all up, the sinking tide, like you say, Dave. But
Yeah.
you know, that raises all ships, and it really does. And if we're all just doing better, we're going to make more money. We're going to have better relationships. Maybe more people can be at home and maybe not do as much traveling, or whatever might fit your lifestyle. There's hidden little gems in there to make more money, get out of wholesale, retail, whatever you might want to do. There's more money there. Melinda. Hi, girl.
What's up, Melinda? Love
Yeah.
that.
Great
Jen,
family.
that
Great
crew.
family
All right,
there.
guys.
Great family.
Hey,
All right,
Melinda.
guys. I
Oh,
wanna
the comments. I can't even see them.
Real
I
quick,
can't
wanna
either,
touch on the
John.
exhibitors.
I'm going
All the
off what
exhibitors are
everybody
coming
else said.
back. Anson's going to be there. Den Reaper's going to be there. You know, it's just going to be Glexo's going to be there. It's going to be amazing. Again, there's going to be specials and
Lexo,
deals.
my favorite
Edgy,
people.
Wedge Light. You know, we're going to do crazy deals and stuff. Not everybody does deals, but most of us do and stuff. So that's a big part of it too. You know. But we're also shortening that gap to where it's not going to be a 4-hour window for exhibitor floors. It's going to be 1 hour. So again, if you can't find 1 hour to log in, then again, you might want to reevaluate your scheduling and what's going on. And it doesn't even have to be the whole hour. You can jump on there for 10 minutes, check out a couple of the exhibitors, buy some tools, and bounce back off. It's from today. If you buy your ticket today, you're going to get your access to the video library tomorrow, or maybe Monday at the worst case scenario. You're going to have all the time leading up to Dream 2 to watch those videos, and you're going to have the full access to those videos until Dream 3 comes about and stuff like that. That's how we've structured it. So you're always going to have all the video access. And again, the video library is so much easier to navigate. Not that the day of the show is tough to navigate, but again, phone friendly. It's going to be super, super simple.
Well, hey, everybody. I got to get going here. My boy Ray Gonzalez, he called me. I said I'm going to call him back, and then I got to take off. So I got to make time to call Ray back.
Yeah.
Do you think, Cliffy? Good to see you. We're shutting this thing down very shortly.
Yeah,
Love you guys.
thank you so much, everybody.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
You guys
for
are
listening.
amazing.
Thank you.
All right,
Talk soon.
guys.
Cool.
Guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Two things.
I thought he'd never leave.
A mini. Yeah, right. Go get a mini light from Pro PDR Solutions. Go check this out.
So sick.
It's a
Those are
great
so
little
awesome.
tool. All right, go check that out.
Yeah.
Go to wedgelight.com and get a friggin' wedge light.
Yeah.
Super awesome. Doesn't matter if some weirdo made it. And
Yeah.
go to dentreaper.com and get your dream tickets because you're going to be entered to win a $1,000 shopping spree at dentreaper.com.
Wow.
So
Amazing.
do all of those things, and we'll see you next time on Dents and Dreams. But until then, live your dreams.
Just wanted to thank you for listening to another episode of Dents and Dreams. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, compliments, or complaints, I can be reached at Dent Reaper across social media. And be sure to subscribe to the Dents and Dreams Facebook group and or YouTube channel, because that's where it'll happen if and when we go live. Thanks again.